really been mentored by many of her mentees, and I have heard so many stories about Connie Link throughout the years, and I would say that what I've gained from everyone's stories is that she had a really innate ability for kind of honing in on a person, helping them develop their skills, see their strengths, and then attaching those strengths to more service and community. And so I think that having an award named after somebody who's brought so many members to ICTA is amazing. And Connie Link herself, really mentored a lot of communication educators. And as communication educators, we know that this is really time-consuming work, that we invest into our students who have a ton of apprehension, who are developing their skills. And I believe that the next step that so many of us do is then go into directing and improv and coaching, and then that gives us even more work and more time and more energy that we invest into students. And I think that the next level of energy and resources goes into mentorship, because mentorship is education, absolutely, but then it's developing the next generation and generations of educators who are going to continue that legacy. They're going to continue to invest. They're going to continue to build, change, and innovate education. And Judy Santacanarita from Northern Illinois University is absolutely one of these amazing mentors who have innovated through her dedication to developing young professionals and communication educators. I am one of those benefits, so thank you so much, Judy, for your investment and mentorship in me. Judy Santacanarita does the back-breaking work of mentorship that I think that we are seeing kind of dissipate a little bit, because it is so much personal investment. That personal investment includes phone calls at the end of the day to see how you're doing, emails that are like, just a reminder, if you haven't registered for ICTA, I put you on a panel, and you need to get prepared for that, and you need to call these 3 people that you have not met before and figure it out. And in addition to that, it's really just wanting the people that you are mentoring to achieve. And so those successes become your successes, but you have to really, really believe in that. And the evidence of Judy Santacanarita's mentorship is absolutely sitting in this room today. I thought the best way to look at that mentorship would be to ask if Judy Santacanarita has mentored you to stand up. You could probably on a national level play like 6 Degrees to Kevin Bacon, but you could play this with Judy Santacanarita on a national level, especially if we're talking about communication educators, because you can't really talk about communication education without talking about NIU's program and their graduate school, and how their graduate school helps create communication educators, and all of that is the backbreaking work of Judy Santacanarita. And so I think that it is absolutely fitting that the 2023 Connie Link Outstanding Mentorship Award goes to Judy Santacanarita.
Recipient of the Sanford Award. However, when Adam called me and told me about the news, and I'm sorry about I was completely overwhelmed with emotion. And I think that it really is due in great part because of who the award is named after. I was first introduced to Connie Link back in the early 80s when I attended my first convention with my mentor, the marvelous Phil Gray. And I knew a lot about her, of course, primarily through my longtime friend, Elijah Wilson. But I really never got to know her. And over the course of the years, our professional association would grow. We would see each other at convention, we worked together on the board, and of course, I would always see her at IHSA State. You know, there in all her glory, she would be you know, bringing that amazing energy that Connie brought to every situation, her obvious expertise, and that welcoming, but I have to tell you, somewhat intimidating style, along with that Kathleen Turner-esque voice that I can still hear. But I always found myself viewing that from the periphery and taking it all in with a little bit of awe. But years later, as it happens often in this community, our personal lives would intertwine. And our circle of students would beautifully intersect. As my student, Jeff Brisbillo, and Connie's student, Lauren Morgan, began to date. And they got engaged and eventually married. And I know you've heard this all before, but let's all remember, I was the one. Now there is a wonderful memory that I have that has stayed with me for many years. And I've replayed it a number of times these last few weeks. One night Jeff called me from Bloomington to tell me that Connie was in the hospital. And he was there with Lauren and Connie's extended wonderful ISU family. And he talked about the fact that he felt a little out of place and he really didn't know what his role was. He didn't know these people very well. And I stopped and I said, Jeff, and I don't remember the exact words, but I remember telling him something like, you are there for Lauren, but you have also been given a beautiful gift of now being part of a new family. You embrace that. And Jeff paused and he said, you're right, Jude. I think I understand. Connie is to Lauren what you are to me. Jeff, you have given me many a compliment. You've given me many gray hairs as well. But you have never paid me such beautiful a compliment as touched my heart. To be recognized as an outstanding mentor is such an honor. And to have this award named after a woman whose mentorship and legacy touch everyone in this room is very profound and so very humbling. You know, I think that like a good teacher, good mentors are blessed with good role models. Or as Newton noted, if you are seeing further, it's by standing on the shoulder of giants. For me, those giants were Dr. Phil Gray and the late Professor Dorothy Bishop. Dorothy and Phil were very, very different people, and their styles were very different from mine. Yet both possessed the amazing ability to impart wisdom, their expertise, and their support, with never wanting to clone themselves and make their mentees just like them, but rather, they provided me with roots and wings and the opportunity to discover myself. Sadly, they're both gone, but the lessons that they taught me will always be part of me, and in turn transferred and shared with those that I have been so fortunate and honored to mentor. There's an NIU narrative at NIU that Kevin Folta shared every year at our summer camp. And while it is nothing new or profound, it's a metaphor that I embrace and I hope continues to be shared. He compares teaching to the lighting of a small candle in the darkness that begins with one person and when shared quickly radiates warmth and brilliant light. This light can provide energy, spark creativity, and sometimes lead us out of the darkness when we've lost our way. And I think tonight, especially when I look out at all of you, I realize that, especially when I look at those of you who are my former students. Thank you for sharing my light, allowing me to share my light, and thank you for providing me with my light during some of my darkest days. Looking back, I know that I have some regrets, and there were times when I really let you down. But you were there, and you sparked the light back, and you help me find my way out of the darkness. I believe I'm entering what they call the autumn of my career, or perhaps the twilight. I like autumn a little bit more. Both engender a period of change, shorter periods of light, but at the same time, a unique sense of calm, colorful beauty, and hope for the future. And it's also a harbinger of the passing of the torch, to make room on that giant's shoulders for newer people. It's time to count my endless blessings and find such hope that the legacy of Connie and Phil and Dorothy and all who have mentored us continue to shine, lighting the path of warmth and energy and igniting a spark for future generations. So, Lauren has some candles. Can you pass those out? If you would light them, I think there's some light there. And just, yes, I know, Jeff, this is cheesy, but to do a little symbolic tribute to our mentors that light the candle and share it with others. Here's to our mentors, and to paraphrase Oprah, the individuals who allow us to see the potential, the ability, and the hope inside ourselves, and to be shared with others. Thank you so very much. Our mentors.